Welcome back, guys, to the Queen of TV channel. Real quick, let's talk about our three things. Please watch the video to the very end and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, there will be cursing and profanity in this. So if this is not your cup of tea, this channel is not for you. And I will be giving my honest opinion on the video and the TV show as a whole. Without further ado, let's get in our intro. Welcome. I am your host, the Queen herself, and you are the Prince and Princesses. You're either a subscriber or a viewer. Either way, welcome. I would just like to also say that we have a house full of family members. So if you hear any voice besides mine through this microphone, it is them. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. So we're talking about H2O, Just Add Water, Season 1, Episode 16, Lovesick. We start off the episode with Cleo going into work. She notices that something's wrong with her locket. She drops it. It goes inside the dolphin tank where Ronnie is, so she goes in as a mermaid, but gets distracted and starts swimming and having fun with Ronnie after she gets her locket back. She has to hide when one of the workers show up. That same worker catches Cleo feeding Ronnie fish and announces that Ronnie hasn't really been eating from anybody's hand. She's the only one. His name is Mitch. We will see him again in another episode, but for right now, he's important for this episode. The next time we see Chloe, she's at the Juice Snack Cafe with Ricky, where they're seeing two guys flaunt over Miriam. So I can kind of understand now why Zane doesn't find, treating Emma like treating Miriam as his girlfriend. I mean, because she's talking to other guys and flaunting herself in front of them. And Ricky thinks those guys are complete and utter morons. Cleo wished that she wished somebody would flaunt like that over her. So I'm assuming and guessing that, like I thought previously, her and Lewis do not seem to think that they are a couple. Okay, then I guess. As they're talking about it, Zane shows up wanting Cleo's help. He lies to Cleo like he wants research on extinct animals that come from sea life, when in reality he wants information on his sea monster. So at some point they told Cleo about this. She knows about the sea monster stuff, but he's lying to her like he feels bad for all the extinct animals, and she falls for it and agrees to help him with the research. Cleo goes home and she gets a call from Mitch, who wants her to come back to Marine Park before school to help him with Ronnie, because Ronnie won't eat from no one else's hands. Her mom is listening to the conversation and assumes that Cleo has a boyfriend. So she tells Kim, who's disgusted and baffled at the idea that Cleo would have a boyfriend. Well, Cleo goes to Marine Park. She feeds Ronnie, and Mitch is wondering if she can continue doing so. He even goes as far as to say that Ronnie might, you know, at one point in the episode, he has an idea of what Ronnie might be the reason. Well, what I mean is that he thinks Ronnie has a crush on Cleo. But he doesn't say that until later on into the episode. Cleo leaves because obviously she has to get home and get ready because she has to go to school. Emma and Ricky come to see Cleo so they can all walk to school together, but Kim lets them know that Cleo's probably out with her boyfriend because she's not at home. They don't believe her, and when Cleo gets back, she says that she was at work at the time and they're both confused. And Emma did tell Kim that sensible girls do not lie. Kim throws that back at her because they're confused as to why Cleo would go to work before school. Kim takes pictures of Cleo at school talking to Lewis. and it's assumed that Lewis is the boyfriend. That is not true. Lewis waits for Cleo at her house so they can study together. She is late because she's talking to Zane about this research, and Lewis is wondering why they're hanging out, and Cleo makes it seem like it's not a big deal. When they go inside, her dad is interrogating Lewis because he thinks he's the boyfriend until Cleo gets a call where Mitch tells her to come back and help him with Ronnie because Ronnie obviously is still not eating from nobody's hand and he's starting to get sick. And it's getting to the point where Ronnie won't be able to be like in the dolphin show like all the other dolphins. So Cleo leaves, and it does seem like her mannerisms gives off that she's talking to a boy. Her dad realizes it's not Lewis, and both he and Lewis want to talk to Cleo about it first, but she leaves before they have a chance. Emma and Ricky do come over and they look through Cleo's phone book to see who's been the one that's been calling Cleo the most over the past couple days. They find out it's Zane's house. Well, it gets worse when Zane is actually there when Cleo is helping with Ronnie, and she overhears him say that this is for his sea monster research. She's upset with him, but she does still talk to him and ask him questions about how dolphins would act because this is the part where Mitch mentions that Ronnie has a crush on her. He says that dolphins necessarily don't have crushes. They just try to help one another, try to find a home, or in this case, get food. Now, there is a pregnant dolphin that was saved last week that Cleo knows about and mentions to Zane that got brought into the marine park. I wonder why Ronnie isn't eating. Maybe it has something to do with the dolphin and the other tank next to him being pregnant. But we'll just have to wait and see. Cleo and Zane are walking out the marine park and they are seen by Lewis, Ricky, and Emma, and they assume that they are dating. Apparently, they leave because they don't want Cleo to see them. Now, Kim is watching TV and her mom tells her she needs to do her homework before she can watch TV. Cleo thinks Kim thinks it's unfair that Cleo gets to have a boyfriend and run around with him instead of doing homework. Well, Cleo also has her own homework and she also has to deal with the mermaid stuff and she also has to deal with work. So maybe that's why she can't do her homework all the time, Kimberly. But Bev decides to call Zane's dad and lets him know. He confronts Zane and tells him to focus more on school than girls. Emma and Ricky confront Cleo, but Cleo tells them that the research that they've been doing is over the sea monster research and she didn't know nothing about that, and they're both still confused. This eventually goes into Cleo being confronted by her father, who grounds her for no fucking reason at that. And she's upset about it because she's confused as to what she could have did wrong. The next day, Mitch calls her because Ronnie is really sick because he needs to eat. Like, he's probably damn near on starvation. She tries to leave to go to work, but her dad's not buying it. She still's grounded. She goes upstairs in a huff. Lewis comes over, wants to talk to Cleo, but Dom stops him from doing so. Kim ends up going upstairs to listen to Cleo conversation that she has over the phone. She's talking to Mitch and she tells him that she's on her way. Kim walks in trying to confront Cleo, only for Cleo to have jumped out of the window. Damn. Kim runs down and tries to make it seem like they've gotten eloped or she's finna get eloped. She goes down and tells her parents this. They're both shocked. They call Zane's dad, who hops in his car, picks them up. They end up picking up Emma and Ricky too, who think that Cleo might have lied to them because they're still very confused about this. What is so damn confusing about this? Just ask her why the hell she's at work. Ask her what's happening at work. What the hell? Why is that so hard to do that? So they get to the marine park where they see Zane go inside because Cleo talked to Zane and she needs the research that he has. She looks at the research where he had brought up to her about them helping each other. She realizes that it must be the pregnant dolphin. Well, no shit, of course. Like, how did they not know this? This is a marine park. They should know this stuff about dolphins. So, Emma, Ricky, Dom, Kim, Bev all go into Marine Park. By the time they get there, they show up at the wrong time because they're looking at Ronnie feed Jemima. That's the name of the pregnant dolphin. Because Cleo tested it out by giving Ronnie a fish and they see Ronnie throw it over. They let the gate down to let Jemima and Ronnie in the same tank. And I'm guessing eventually she had the baby dolphin and they had to move her somewhere else because after this episode, she's no longer in there with him. And Cleo brings Zane in because she knows for a fact that he thinks that it's amazing. It's very weird for me to see Zane be nice. Does that change anything about his character to me? No. Not at all. But you know what? It's nice to see that he's a human being and he's not a complete monster. But like I mentioned, when all their friends and family show up, they assume that these people get married. They think Mitch is some kind of efficient. At a marine park. Who gets married at a marine park with only two dolphins as present? Two dolphins are the only witnesses. There's no wedding dress. There's no rings. That's ridiculous. That don't make no sense. So they think they're stopping the wedding until Cleo says that they are actually helping a sick dolphin. And then everybody's completely embarrassed. Like they all should be embarrassed. They should have second-hand embarrassment. First, second, and third-hand embarrassment. Apparently, we find out that all them calls to Zane's house was actually Dom, not Cleo, because he wants to get a bump off his nose, and apparently there's no bump. Zane and Cleo are completely shocked, and Zane even thinks it's funny that they thought that Cleo and Zane were dating. Lewis comes in wanting to fight Zane, and it takes him about 2 minutes to read the room and realize nothing is going on. Nothing at all. He asks finally, "What's going on? What's up?" And the episode ends like that. Let's get into this review. Okay. The actual fuck. Like, y'all really thought Zane and Cleo? Date? Come on now. And even if Cleo did have a boyfriend, why did everybody react like this? Like it was the worst fucking thing in the world. No, she ain't got no damn man. Like, her parents tripping so bad she get grounded. Her sister acting like, oh, like really? Her a boyfriend? Like she tries to sabotage Cleo. Sounds jealous to me. Lewis wanna fight. Like Lewis, if you wanna be with Cleo, my guy, you need to let her know. And stop beating around the bush. Emma and Ricky act like Cleo gotta be honest with them about having a boyfriend. What? In what universe? And if Cleo and Zane was a couple, which I don't want it either. But what's so bad about that? Like she's not allowed to date whoever she wants. She need everybody else approval. Like, this shit is wild to me. That whole damn thing is crazy. It makes no sense. But at this rate, what can you do? They gonna believe what they want to believe. Ronnie and Jemima would have made a great couple. And I know I was discombobulated with getting out that Mitch was trying to say that maybe Cleo and Ronnie might have a thing going on because he got a crush, but I was trying to be discreet about it and not like tell you guys off the bat. But my ass got tongue tied. Zane actually not acting like a complete another asshole in this episode. That's a first for me at least. I think for me, I don't hate Zane's character. I just don't like the idea that Zane is being conceived as this changed man after season one. He's so nice when in reality he's not really, because there's so much screen time he has that's contradicting that. Because if you watch season two, to be honest, okay, he's not in it enough to say that he's a changed person. Season three obviously shows that he is not a complete changed person. So it's like, I don't get the idea why the fandom is saying he's a complete changed person after season one, especially in season one, when that's not the case. But you know what? It is what it is at this rate. So let's talk about the Cleo and Ronnie uh relationship. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm so happy we finally got to this episode. This is my favorite one out of season one. So you already know what it's going to be placed under in my top 10 favorite or worst episodes of H2O. But it was really nice seeing Ronnie and Jemima, seeing him and Cleo have their little nice swim moment and everything. And Cleo and Ronnie just make a perfect duo. Like, their relationship is really sweet. They bond really well. It's just, I wish that the show would give them way more scenes together than they did, because seeing Phoebe, the actress, bond with this dolphin is very, very sweet. And it's nostalgic at the same time. This is an episode I can really come back to. But, I know this one is going to be shorter, but that's okay. I may do one more video after this, because I am starting to get a little bit tired and sleepy. I haven't took my medicine yet, but I'm already getting there. But, I might get one more video in there. I might not. But that's all I got for you guys today. I just want like to say that I have one question for y'all. Are y'all Team Ronnie or y'all anti-Team Ronnie? Either way, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys can't hear that air conditioner on in the background, because I can. Look at this thing. Before you take FedEx to the store I need to go to. So, have a blessed day. Have a wonderful day. And also, if no one has told you guys they love you, I am. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. But as you know, this will not be the last time we see each other. But until then, bye guys. Love you. I am about to go to the store. Kisses.